Good morning. This morning I read Joshua chapter 18, and I mentioned this a couple days ago how the valley of the son of Hinnom is what in the New Testament they call Gehenna, which is how many translations translate it to the word hell. And I'm sure at the time and when Joshua was written, or at least when the events of Joshua were taking place, that they didn't know all that, obviously. They didn't know that that word would eventually come to mean hell, but it was likely still the wasteland, the garbage dump, or the even child sacrifice place that it was later in the prophet area. Um, so it's interesting then when the people of Israel were getting their allotments for land that we see this name come up over and over, at least a few times. I mentioned this a couple days ago, but also in chapter 18 of Joshua, verse 16, it says, "The boundary goes down to the border of the mountain that overlooks the valley of the son of Hinnom." And then later it says, and then it goes down the valley of Hinnom. So once again, in the midst of all these chapters where it's just like, what do we get out of this? Here's what I wrote. They were so close to hell, they could see it. And that's life. I mean, when I say hell, I mean, obviously, there wasn't the physical hell. This is just the illustration of hell, but this idea of um, a wasteland, a dump, a place of sacrifice. Um, but they were so close to hell, they could see it. And I mean, that's oftentimes our own lives too, right? We are in the midst of our lives, even in the midst of blessings, because they're getting blessed by this land now that they're finally able to take possession of, the promised land. Even in the midst of blessings, we're so close to judgment, discipline, hardship, and sometimes the seeing of how close we are to those things, and yet God gives us blessing instead, should remind us of it's all of grace. It's God's blessing, and yeah, we just need to be mindful of how blessed we are. God bless you. We'll see you again tomorrow.